I'm Ted Norby, Director of Instruction for the National University Golf Academy. I'm here today with Dr. Doug Barba from National University Center for Performance Psychology. Today we're going to talk a little bit about routines, the mental and physical routine of hitting a golf shot.
Well, today what we want you to think about is three specific components with the golf pre-shot routine. Behind the ball, how you process your information. When you're over the ball, how you execute the shot, and what you think about after the ball. So we have three components that we're going to talk about today when we deal with routines. Nice shot, Ted.
Thank you.
I think it's really important to pay attention to how long Ted was over the ball. He's practiced his grip, his alignment, posture, address position for so long that he doesn't need a lot of time to go over that. It's also really important to understand that this isn't an easy thing, and it's not like, well, I'm going to try this new routine. You have to practice it. You have to be comfortable in how you get your grip, how you set up your posture, how you address the ball, so it is an automatic thing. We discussed how important it is to do your thinking behind the ball, and the whole reason is so that you program the computer so that when you're over it, there's no more thinking to do. You have the feel, you do it, and you hit it.
There's certainly a point where over the ball, and as Doug said, I worked very hard on my routine of putting my hands on the club, how I get to posture, ball position, alignment. Those are all things we need to work on. But I think one of the big things I key on is this: once I'm over the ball, set up, looking at the target, and it's this thought of imagery, which is this feeling of what my body's doing, this almost picture that runs through my head of what's happening to the target, which gets rid of all the little pieces. And that's when everybody's thinking about hand position, then I've got to turn, then my hips, then my legs, release. That's that thinking that we want to get out of. So we want it to be an overall picture, which I think is important about this imagery, where I'm feeling what's happening, I'm aware of what's happening, but I'm not actually thinking the pieces step by step. My brain can't move that fast. The swing only takes, a second and a quarter. I don't have time to consciously put the words of set my hand, now shift my hip, now turn, now release. Your brain just doesn't work that much. But I'm seeing, for me, I kind of see and feel myself making this overall swing that creates a ball flight. Then I let it go. I'm not standing over here. Once I see it and I trust it, set up, go.
It's really important when you talk about this routine, we should be able to set our clocks by how long you take over the ball. Your step into the ball, your waggles, your address should all be the same. It should be an automatic process, and this allows your body to react to the golf swing as opposed to trying to process each individual step.
This is obviously something that you need to be on the range to practice. I can't just one day walk out on the golf course and go, okay, I'm going to only take one waggle, look at the target, and go. You've got to plug that in enough times so that it feels comfortable. The first couple times, it might feel a little rushed. Another time, it might think you're not thinking enough. But what I want to do is, again, do it enough times, just like taking your grip, just like taking your posture. I want this routine to happen the same every time. You saw I kind of stepped up, look at the target, took a waggle, look at the target one more time, and I was gone. And usually those guys, once they look at the target and down, like Doug said, it's clockwork. They're going to take that club back in the same amount of time every time.
One thing I think all golfers search for is the idea of trust and being able to trust your swing. And there's no shortcuts to that. It's about practice, putting in the time, and using deliberate practice where you're not just hitting balls mindlessly.
There's a point where you have to give up control to gain control over the golf shot. A lot of people talk about it that way, but once we're over the ball, we have to give up control to hit better golf shots.